You've probably felt this shift in the air. Procedures are tightening, more questions at the border, and the stories of a longtime green card holders suddenly getting letters they've never expected. And what's alarming is that many of these people didn't do anything new. The government just started looking at old records in new ways, using tools that didn't even exist a few years ago. Right now, even minor issues, a past arrest, long travel patterns, a mistake on a form, can move your name onto an enforcement list, and the process often begins long before you realize you're at risk. Hi, I'm immigration attorney Zaira Solano, practicing immigration law for 14 years. And in this video, I'm breaking down exactly why 2025 and 2026 have become the most dangerous years for permanent residents, and the specific triggers the government is targeting right now. Because once you know what's changed, you can take action early, keep your status protected, avoid the kinds of surprises that are putting people into deportation proceedings overnight, starting with what happened in 2025 to set all of this into motion. Let's get right to it. Why is it that in 2025 and now in 2026, so many green card holders are worried? It wasn't just another calendar year. Throughout 2025, several government actions came together to make it much easier for green card holders to be put in removal proceedings, or what most people call deportation proceedings. The United States government uses laws that have been around for decades, but the priorities and the way that they enforce those laws is what's changing depending on the administration, the Department of Homeland Security's focus, and new court decisions. Right now, in 2026, the Department of Homeland Security has increased the number of resources devoted to identifying and removing green card holders who break certain rules. Part of this is because of improved technology and data sharing between government agencies. Things like USCIS and local police departments are working together in new ways. Plus, Congress has increased budgets for immigration enforcement throughout 2025. This means that if you have a green card, things you did years ago might suddenly put you in the spotlight. Maybe you've never had a problem renewing your status, but now even a small brush with the law, a forgotten filing, or a mistake at the border can trigger a review of your case. I've seen permanent residents who have lived here for 20 plus years suddenly get a letter that changes everything, and many simply aren't prepared. So why exactly are the government's top triggers? Here's what you absolutely need to watch out for. Criminal offenses, even old ones. That's a huge one. The government is using new technology to scan old police records and court cases. And if you have ever been arrested, charged, or convicted of a crime, even if you made a plea deal and got something expunged or it happened 15 years ago, you can still be at risk. Crimes that especially raise red flags include the following: drug offenses, even small amounts, theft or fraud, like shoplifting or writing bad checks, domestic violence or assault charges, crimes involving moral turpitude, basically anything the government thinks shows bad character. Here's a real example. I had a client, let's call him Sam, who got a DUI in 2010. He did his time, paid his fines, finished probations, and had no more issues. But in 2024, when he applied to renew his green card, the new system flagged him. He got a notice to appear, which means deportation proceedings were started against him. And the reason this happened is because the government decided now even a single DUI was enough to review his case. If Sam hadn't gotten legal help right away, he could have lost his green card. This one surprises a lot of people. If you spend too much time outside the United States, customs officers and immigration officials may decide you've abandoned your residency. Even if you kept your green card up to date, the rule of thumb used to be don't leave for more than 6 months at a time. But right now, border officers are being told to look even closer at travel patterns, not just the length of this individual trip. They'll ask things like, did you have a job or apartment in another country? Did your kids go to school somewhere else? Did you keep up with United States taxes and financial accounts? If they think your home isn't really in the United States, they may start deportation proceedings on the spot. I've seen permanent residents lose everything because of a 2-week trip that fell at the wrong time, especially if they had a pattern of travel or family abroad. This covers things like forgetting to mention an arrest on your renewal form, omitting trips that were outside the United States, or putting false information on your original green card application, even if it was years ago. Right now, the government is cross-checking records from state DMVs to the IRS to other sources with immigration files. And if they find a mismatch, even if it's an honest mistake, they may accuse you of fraud, which is a deportable offense. A few months ago, I helped a client whose green card application from 12 years ago said she was single. Later, the government found out she had actually had a religious marriage abroad, but not a legal one. She didn't think she could count it, but the government did, and they used it as a reason to try to take away her green card. It's situations like these that are being flagged a lot more in 2025. This is an area where the rule has recently changed, and they may change again. The government now routinely reviews whether green card holders have used certain public benefits, things like cash assistance, Medicaid, or other programs. They also look at whether sponsors followed through on financial obligations. If the government decides that you become a public charge or might become one, they can start deportation proceedings. This is especially true for people who lost jobs and need help during COVID-19 or in the years since. Finally, the government is using advanced tools to check social media, online activity, and even contacts with people abroad. If you connect with groups or people the government thinks are a security risk, or if you post things that raise red flags, you could be investigated. This is evolving territory, and many green card holders don't realize how much information is being collected and used. If you're in one of these risk groups, here's what can happen. It often starts with a letter in the mail, a notice to appear, or NTA. This document means the government has started the process to deport you. Sometimes it's triggered by a green card renewal, a trip abroad, or even applying for citizenship. In other cases, it happens at the border. You might be pulled aside coming back from a trip, asked detailed questions, and then served with papers right there. Or if you have a criminal conviction, you could be detained by ICE at a routine traffic stop or even at your home or workplace. Once you get the NTA, things move quickly. You'll have a first hearing in immigration court, usually within a few months. If you miss a deadline or you make a wrong statement, you could lose your chance to fight your case. Many people lose simply because they didn't know the rules, didn't respond in time. Here's another true story. Maria, a green card holder from El Salvador, was arrested for shoplifting in 2019. These charges were dropped, but in 2025, the government reviewed her fingerprints, saw the old arrest, and sent her an NTA. She didn't understand the legal mail. She missed her first hearing and was ordered deported in her absence. If she'd spoken to a lawyer immediately, she could have had a chance to stay, but the system is not forgiving, especially not now. If you're a permanent resident, it's more important than ever to take steps. Don't wait for a problem to start. Check your records, get an FBI rap sheet or background check, and review your immigration file. Know exactly what's in your history. Be honest about past mistakes. If you were arrested, charged, or convicted, even if it was expunged, talk to an immigration attorney before traveling or renewing your green card. Document your ties to the United States. You should keep copies of your lease or mortgage, job records, school records for your kids, and proof of taxes paid. This shows that you live here. Avoid long trips abroad. If you need to travel for family or work, talk to a lawyer first. Consider reentry permit if you'll be gone for months. Be careful on forms. Fill out renewals and citizenship applications truthfully and carefully. Double check every answer. Ask for help if you're not sure. Watch your public benefits. If you're using help from the government, check with an attorney to see if that puts you at risk. Stay updated. The laws and policies are changing quickly in 2026. Follow trusted sources, including attorneys who focus on green card and deportation issues. If you get any letter from immigration, ICE, or the court, get legal help immediately. Don't ignore it and don't wait. Early action is the best defense. You might have heard of some of these myths. Let's get the record straight. Myth: if I have a green card, I can't be deported. False. Green card holders can and do get deported for things like arrests, fraud, or long-time absences. Myth: if my crime was a long time ago, it doesn't count anymore. False. There's no time limit. Even 20-year-old convictions can trigger removal, deportation. Myth: I'll get a warning before anything serious happens. Sometimes you do, but not always. Many people get detained or lose their chance to fight because they waited too long. Myth: only serious criminals get deported. False. Right now, even minor offenses can trigger deportation proceedings. Don't take any chances. Myth: if I'm married to a U.S. citizen or have kids here, I'm safe. False. That helps in some cases, but it's not a guarantee. Many people with deep family ties still get placed in removal proceedings. We've covered the major reasons why 2025 was such a risky year for green card holders and the exact triggers that can lead to deportations in 2026. But please, take these risks seriously. Check your records, stay up to date, and don't ignore any warning signs. When in doubt, talk to an experienced immigration attorney. If you want to know the ones that can strip away your citizenship after you've already naturalized, don't miss my next video. Here's when you can actually lose U.S. citizenship: denaturalization explained. You'll learn when the government can go after citizens, what kinds of mistakes put you at risk, and how to protect yourself and your family. See you over there.